Hello everybody, welcome back to another week of quarantine workouts. This week we're going to go for more strength-based exercises in our workout today. So without further ado, we're going to get right to it. The first one we're going to do is glute bridges. Now I have the standard plate here that I have in most of my workout videos. You can use a bottle of water or a jug of water, a loaded suitcase. If you've got dumbbells, kettlebells, anything with weight, you can do that too. Because you've got primarily most of our exercises are going to use weight today. So glute bridges for the first one. I like to load the weight on my hips with this one, and I will show you right here. So standard glute bridge will be laying on our back, feet on the floor, and we're going to raise our hips to the sky. Maybe our dog will get out of the way so we can show you properly. Come here, bub. So my weight's going to be right here. Murphy likes to be jealous right now. Go on, bub. Get up on the couch. Get up on the couch. Good boy. So I'm going to lift my hips up to the sky. Up and down, just like this. So I have the weight right below my belly button right here. Just lifting the hips up. And this week, I want us to try to shoot for about a minute of exercise, or a minute of activity per each exercise. And in between each exercise, let's try to go for 10 repetitions of, say, bicep curls or squats or push-ups or anything like that. So something like that is called a superset. It's just one exercise directly after another one. So after we do our 1 minute of glute bridges, I'm going to get up and do 10 bicep curls or 10 squats or whatever it is that I decide to do for today's workout. Next one we've got is crunches. So that's just going to be a standard core activity here. Come here, go on. Go on, Bubba. So I'm going to have my weight straight up in the air and just get my shoulder blades off the ground. You can have the weight right on your chest if you want to. Same movement there. After that, we're going to do pullovers. Now for pullovers, I like to have a slight bend in my elbow here. So instead of my arms being straight, they're going to have a slight bend. And I'm just going to pull it down and back up. I can take it however far I want to. So if I want to go all the way down, I sure can. Just keeping a slight bend in the elbows as we go. After that, we've got our plate press. Now we can do that, I call it plate press because I have a plate here. It's essentially a chest press, but your hands are gonna be a lot closer. So instead of like chest press where I have the weights right here, I'm gonna have my plate right between my hands and doing the chest press. So if you have some heavy luggage or a jug of water or dumbbells or a kettlebell or whatever it is, it's just going to be essentially the same movement. You're pressing things away from your chest doing a chest press. I just have a plate so my hands are gonna be close together, like so, and just doing a standard chest press here. The only key here is that we want to shoot for our elbows squeezing together as we come to the top of our range of motion. After that, we've got our side lunges. So that is just going to be us standing up. You can have the weight at your chest, down at your hips, wherever you want it to be. I'm going to hold my hands down here, and that's just going to be lunging out to the side, dipping the knee down, and back. Now you can do 1 minute per leg, or you can do 30 seconds per leg. Better shot of the lunge there. So see, this knee has a soft bend in it. This leg is straight. Back and forth there. And then once I switch, shuffle over here and do the same exercise on the other side. After that, we've got sumo squats. So that's just going to be where we have our feet out wide. Toes are going to be pointing out at 45-degree angle, not straight forward like we would with a normal squat. Feet wide, toes pointing out, and we're going to sink down and back up. Nice drive through the glutes here. And after that, we've got our staggered leg deadlift or just a normal deadlift. So for this, couple different variations. If you want to do a normal deadlift, that's completely fine. If you want to do staggered, that's also fine. The only reason you would do a staggered in place of a normal deadlift is that you want to focus, or is when you want to focus on one leg. So I will show you. So for standard deadlift, feet are going to be right about hip width apart. And I'm just going to dip down through the hips, nice flat back, bring it back up, squeeze the buns forward. Now I'm targeting both of my legs here. If I wanted to just target one, I would stagger my legs. So I'm working this leg, the front leg, soft bend in the knee, flat back, come back up, switch legs. So we're getting the benefit of single leg work without the distraction of having to worry about balancing on one leg like what we would do for a single leg deadlift. Our next one is going to be a bent over row. So this is going to be for our back, standing essentially in a deadlift position, right? Soft bend in the knees, flat back, and pulling the weight up towards us. We've done bent over row time and time again, so not much to explain here. You can go 30 seconds per arm, or if you have 2 weights, you can just do 1 minute total, whatever you'd like to do. After that, we're going to do a plank. So we are done with the weight for right now. We're moving to our floor exercises. So a plank can either be one of 2 ways. One, we can do high or low. So a high plank is just a push-up position. Hands on the floor, up in a push-up position. We want to do a low plank, we can do that on our elbows. If a plank is going to be too hard for you to do for a minute, we can just go down to our knees. Try to move the dog out of the way. See, Murphy just likes being the center of attention here. So I'm on my knees and on my elbows. This is me up on my feet. You can decide whatever you want to do, whatever you need to do is perfectly fine as long as we're working, right? So our last 2 are going to be in tabletop position. Hands and knees. Oh, look, here's Luna now. So we've got all the animals right here. Just everybody wants to party. So for our one of our last 2 exercises, we're going to go fire hydrants. So for that one, I'm going to angle a little bit differently. Picking the leg up and taking away from the body. Like we are a dog and we see a fire hydrant, right? You can go a minute per side or 30 seconds per side. And then we just flip sides. Same thing, opposite leg. And last one is going to be kickbacks. So that is where we are going to still stay in tabletop and kick the leg straight back. We've done this before too. Kick the leg straight back. If we want to, we can kick it straight back and raise the leg up a little bit to get a little bit more glute work here. And again, to reiterate, just want about a minute per exercise for this workout. If you want to go more or less, that is up to you. And let's try to get some supersets in, right? Let's try to push ourselves a little bit during the quarantine. Don't want us to get too comfortable with workouts because, you know, someone's still got to kick your butt when we get back. So I hope you guys are enjoying these workouts. Again, anything that you guys need, any questions like that, feel free to reach out to us. And I'll see you next week.